Hello there. Please have a seat. My name is Special Agent Anthony Marston, and today I'll be conducting your interrogation of sorts. I'm sure you're aware of why we brought you in here today. No idea. Come on now. You and I both know that's not true. Your fingerprints were found all over a crime scene. Taylor Lace, 20 years old, murdered in her kitchen with one of her own knives. Your prints were found on her doorknob, telephone, and on the murder weapon. Don't seem so surprised. Yes, I hear you. You didn't do it. Unfortunately for you, that's what everyone says. No one wants to get caught. And when they do, their stern and tough act relinquishes in an instant. Someone goes from being a bloodthirsty murderer to begging on their knees for mercy. What's that you say? You really didn't do it? What do you think begging and pleading to me is going to do? And do you really think it's going to help your case here? Look, I'll just be completely honest with you. I don't want to talk to you right now, and I doubt you want to talk to me. So let's make a deal here. I'm going to read off my questions. You're going to answer them to the best of your ability. And then this whole thing is going to be over. How does that sound? Listen, I need you to cooperate here. If you want a chance to say your piece or to defend yourself, just answer the damn questions. Good. Now let's begin. Where were you the night of Taylor Lace's death? Hey. Look me in the eyes and answer the question. Where were you that night? Come on, you and I both know you were not home. Alright, if you're not going to answer me honestly, I'll see my way out and we'll handle this in court. Huh? There we go. So you were at her house that night. And what was your relationship like with this person? Were you involved romantically or otherwise? Well, if you say you didn't know her, then why were you at her house? Why were your fingerprints found at the crime scene? Look, we're going to figure things out sooner or later, but the more willing you are to help us, the more willing we'll be to help you. So then, tell me what happened that night. You really are too quiet for your own good. I should mention, we found something else at the victim's residence. It appears that there were signs of a struggle. She put up quite a fight. And after some thorough examinations from our forensics unit, we've discovered tissue samples under our victim's fingernails. We did a DNA test, and it's not your DNA. But Taylor scratched someone that night. Put a pretty decent mark on them by the look of things. It's gonna make our jobs a hell of a lot easier. We have DNA to compare, and the culprits will have marks on them from the victim's nails. You want me to tell you what I think happened that night? I believe someone set out to murder Taylor Lace. I don't know if it was premeditated or perhaps something that happened in a moment. Maybe our killer and Taylor knew each other. They got into an argument and it got a little too heated. They were both in the kitchen, one person grabbed a knife and, well, we all know how that ended. I'm assuming you know the killer as well. It's someone close to you, perhaps a close friend or family member, someone you would do anything for, and including taking the blame for this killing. They called you to help clean up things. You came over to Taylor's house, touched the doorknob, held the murder weapon. You knew you were going to go down for this. I've been doing this for a long, long time. And when I look across this table and stare into your eyes as I ask you these questions, I don't see a killer looking back at me. I see someone who's lonely, someone who's loyal to their friend, someone who's scared. I know you didn't kill that girl, but I also know you're aware of who did. No matter what you think of that person, no matter how much you love them, I can assure you they do not feel the same way. If you loved someone, would you really let them take this amount of blame for you? Would you be willing to destroy their lives just so you could get away with your crimes? I know you wouldn't. But that's what this person has done to you. They murdered an innocent young woman, and the way they cleaned up, removing any trace that they were there, this certainly isn't their first rodeo. They've killed before, and they will kill again. And they'll keep shifting the blame on people like you to try to throw us off their trail. But you can prevent that. No more innocent people have to be hurt. You can end all of this. And if you do, we'll pretend like this never happened. I'll be sure that this incident is wiped from your records. We'll offer you counseling to help sort out and understand what occurred. I'll help you if you help me. So what do you say?